So wo Kumasi hello 101.5 radio stations ahodo wo Ghana ha ne amono ne bebro ha na efa ye kasebo ye social media platforms ahodo obetimi ne akonakra na Facebook live Peace 104.3 FM Facebook live Peace 104.3 FM YouTube nso despite media ho na obetimi ne me akonakra na ewo ho na enensamo no Omampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama washe ni executive secretary anase wo chirofo a wo hwe achiri ohwe ni dwumadie so se wo mo enhwe na animonimu ya no yanti abedwafo bi no wo mo nhwehwe mu 2020 and 2024 elections nipa bi a wo mo efri mu enam so ama wo matro krata de ama Dr. Dampare se won hwe na wontu ho anamo a ye de ho asem bebre so ebebre mu se de empanifo asi aka no pepepe ye frem ya kosua goaboaje obetimi afrem akosua inshira na ye ka mo se enwumakuo bi na ebo ye chidom ama no nsia kase bono nso etimi adi mo sede ye tenase enumre bi a ye no pepepe omo eka ho nti na edimu Ozon's chemist the Ozone garlic capsules abedwa so ase wonom a na ama immune system no enya ho di intimate na ho ema yare bi emefa woni padua no enumum MTNC we dey for you everywhere you go Hisense Ghana the electronic appliances papa and bo other form and answer ne bo other form omo de som Duffel roofing system se memo asonte say yakodi bronya na yaba womugusu ane Societe General Ghana akabom afi besi emfie miensa we salaried worker government worker now pese obetoto niema wo ho a ebetimi e de ama afikosi mfie miensa na watua ne kakra budget cash and carry e the Blue Jeans energy drink aba awmanfo nyina e di adanse se Blue Jeans energy drink no vitamins any nutrients ahodo nyina bi ewom Raoul's Pharmaceuticals for the High Lady Virgin Feminine Wash. Yenim se womo na de bae beboa ema. Womugusu a ebro mo de bae ne yedi ho adanse pa eye. Na sese womo the High Lady Virgin Mixture aba. Aso ba wubu nsa na se woti oyaw bi ewomu a we ni die wuhia a ebetime abawchidom. Afi yenhwe ene ensam no. Omampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wadi atudwa se 2020 na 2024 abatwa yeto ye no enipa nwotwe bia wo mu efri mu no wo hye se mpanifo nhwehwem se de be ya ye behu ne nam soma asankrofo yi efri mu ya na bra wo kasa ebra National Muslim Prayer and Thanksgiving Service ekoso ewo National Mosque.
We know that 8 of our citizens were killed. If these continue and justice is not served, then what it does is it breeds impunity. And that's why, as a party, we have said that we must investigate and find out what led to these killings so that we can take action so that they don't happen again. So I've asked my secretary, executive secretary, to write to the IGP.
Eni yetiye Omampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wochire mu se wo de to NDC party atitafo nyina anim se Emma will be and fan and she suban boni mu anase illegal activities bia. Ebasa na uma NDC agidi mbone wo so obesre emebunu ne se emfumso aban dada ne ye ya ma Ghana fo etu wo mu no. When na NDC fo so anya samfumso na bia. E so mo ye samfumso na bia ebe ha dwene. Eti wo besre ne supporters anase na chitafo se wo mo ye NDC supporters anase wo mo do no nyina se. Obi anya hwe yie na enema bi o mo ye betimi ama wo mo din ho aseye no. Our
diversity as a people is not a weakness, indeed it is our strength. Whether we're Muslims or Christians or from any other faith, our collective aspirations for a better future binds us together. And let us therefore commit to fostering harmony and mutual respect in all aspects of our lives. We must also recognize that elections are not without their challenges. Disagreements, tensions, and competition are natural in any democratic process. However, we must also remember that these challenges should not divide us. They should inspire us to work harder for peace and understanding. And that is why, once again, I call on all our supporters and other persons who are involved in illegal actions, such as looting goods and occupying government offices and installations, to desist from doing this. We must do things differently to maintain the trust and confidence that Ghanaians have reposed in us.
Eni yeti ye Omampenyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na day 2 NDC supporters enimu se watese ebi mu tutu niema ebi mu sese niema wochire mu se ebasa na gidi a Ghana fo anya wo mu no na eya hadwene fi se samfom so ni bi na aban dada na ye ya edi ohaw eba nti hwe no mo so anye bi na ama omaban no eho ama edinbone Salamat Kuku Apentel ena etintim edemaye ebra mampanyi kan sansem ya pe ena empenifo so atro krata na krata no eye opanyi Kaletus Mahama eye Dr. Kaletus Mahama eye secretary to the president wa atro krata no e de ama the inspector general of police anasa rempimu esi edu oda Ghana police service ano e national police headquarters wo de akwa akoma no na nasam ene se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampanyi wa hye me se me fanto wanim se ye hwehwemu fa 2020 na 2024 abato na ye to ye nipa nwotwe bi a ye se omu efiri mu no ye hwehwemu fi se me ye saade we se de be ya emma ade no ento so na ye dodo amemu ne bekoyie eti me hya wo se madwumadi a wo ba bedie no emu enna ho na se be ye mu beda ho nti no te dedicated investigative task force na se abedwafo bi te wo mo asa task force no wo CID mu a na wo mo hwe na sa asem ya aban no wo mo nhwe na wo mo nye ne pepepe ena hwena ene abusuafo ne adansefo ene wo mu nyina enkamom na wo mu ni adanse emfasa ade no eho na ene wachi no so yenhwe electoral security arrangement say ye to aba eho nhwehwe nyina no so yensan enhwe ena use of forensic evidence eno so ye befa abefo so na ye hu se ekwan ye fa so nipa we ofiri mu eno so ye hu adwuma pepepe the to be so any electoral civic bodies enkamom one electoral commission ena wo mo twaka nyina so enkamom na 2020 ena 2024 abato ye to na anu ya nipa bi o mafiri mu no so ya hwe ne apasam no pomesebre wasesa de ebe ya omanfo benya ye dodo amamu no mu gidie na ye de eniema be sisi ye nti ena me hye wo se ye bibia etesa na me wo gidie se wo be ya ade ne ye pepepe na ama bibia akoyi asakrata Dr. Kaletus Mahama our secretary to the president na sama mpanyi for panyine one ede ne sashanse a wodi ama criminal investigations department CID omudi bi ama vice president omudi bi nso ama chief of staff akache a enam so ama empanifo nso so no eye IGP for panyine nso se ne nsa atoso eye sergeant Joshua Nati ono se ne nsa akakrata no a wo mo ebehwe na wo mo aye ho adwuma ama bebie sese ye de to no ye de ato pepepe na ye twanso a emrahye bedwani owo Northern abato peso saye dwemtene de ma operation recover all loot team ayes someone abo Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa wode atudwa se wo mu enya evidence che se oman no niema bebre nipa bi aban dada ne bi awiewia na wo mu eba be ye ho adwuma na ono abo Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa HM so manya evidence bebre ai no wo mu so mo de bema omampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wotu ho anamo na wochie mu no na omampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e ka se ono abo Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa wone Nathan Kofi Boache Martin Kpebu ene Raymond Acha ene empanifo Daniel Domilevo wo mu nyina enkamom enye hwehwemu emfa ne bi o matete se nipa bi awiewia aban ne ma ne aban ajapade a emfa emrakwan so na ebra okopie Eastern region woni in Central Focus wo ho ena honorable Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa chirim no obo amane se wo mo beyi wo madwuma pepepe na mankontebo akoso na wo bia wo fa wan famrakwan so no wo fa aban ajapade no sa nipa na asan edi aba
all dia Ghana for nyina eyo mo depa na yebe advise omo nem so omo fa niema enya omo dia asase cars parks and gardens forests hotels say orally ba pompe asama odia return it just very quickly return it and then we will use this national assets for the benefit of the people. And yes, adia eya nyina ye dia. Politics no ye ba mo say ye be boa oman no. Ye mba politics mo say ye be ye self-aggrandizement. Say niema ye say hweso maye na odie waluti say wonkwa na say e benefit o. Mewa utie omo say adia we o enye ma oman no. Enye ma oman na e ba ne sana eye ma wo as an individual.
Eni ayeti ye honorable Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa na wo kire mu se eye ne nwanwa sadwumadi a wo ba bedie nipa bi wo MPP mu a enye wo mo de
me the class even within the MPP say Marty say omo ye oral say campaign na omo ye no omo sika so omo do ka campaign no omo be render account enti say mo within mo party mo ye oral mo be so omo be fa campaign sika omo be ye account na so omo divert sika na mo say mo pickups mo be say call the wrong places adentina say NDC aban we say ye oral ABC omo nti ase omo take kwa pai. Meanwhile, within mo party, mo ye oral, mo pese, mo executives, mo campaign managers, or mo ye account. Enti accountability there, ehia pa.
Eni ayeti ye honorable Samuel Kudi to black or mashebe jeni wo no ton abaton person so ye dwemte nima operation recover all loot team no or no ena ekasa ye no. Ye to so a Peace FM ye kasebo ye te say Owura Joseph Obeng our president Ghana Union of Traders Association Guta edi to just say aban fofra aban nkebeya electronic levy e fa ni e-levy no o mani nyina baabia ejina na asemi a wokan yi o kire mu se ebetimi aboa ma Women's Development Bank ena Small and Medium Enterprises na SMEs no ya sign e dia babiem na sansema wokan yi na bi musu omususu se eyoro obe wono anadwenkyere na nya gutafo nyina adwenkyere nti ama obi a ehye na dwen e dia fa ho ye kwa homa no so ne ni Owura Joseph Paddy a ye PRO e de Emma Guta ye ne no atwetwe nkomo opani memao ajo eba peace kase eboso
yo media memao wa for ne we see for ajo enenbe
yo yedase wada roma asemu a peace yate se Owura Joseph Obeng akan eye gutafo nyina madwenkyere anase ono ankasa na dwenkyere na wo kyere
yo media babode se na o kan ta be emse ye mi apending Dr. Obeng eko kasa o emse joy news e ka bibi se e ka onu ko na anka abaya wa be friend say you live now or my mati yin to one and country so now on bet is 11 no and cost our Women's Bank name SME funding no kind of am to assume na ye as a organization another association no and ye dream no on the ka say on one personal view and no chair so now might be a one dream chair so no chair that then mo ye good for there yes na mampanika ye no 11 no eboa edwedie ema enema koso and so be if no so then mo on say kwan a obefa so a obi raise ga e dey base a women bank no I tell before before capital and I know just the capital set na eboa na ntimu na ye kwati wo bank no and ha ade finitua it is on mampanika said obi women's bank na ma cheaper credit a adepa na mo say ye be he let the best women bank in here is me ye did say o ma peni kata say no open e bia na wo it da so bia e de obenye sika capital e bia na bank into o se ta kwa na ye let the o ni fuel am I
yo openyi e-levy na bi muso kasa o mai bia ye the taxes na eye eti abade anka ene ye man ntena ho na sa aban bebe wo behie sika de aye mpumtuo ene ade enti no nka ejina ho a enka ebeboa eno nso e
I mean tax it is tax me it's siko could be o my exactly na no it tax siko na mo tax no dey ye ade ba kwa highest the rate tax rate and na me no ka say minia VAT and now almost 20 cumulatively and almost 21% just be able to be this tax rate who comport see as go you ma cumulatively duty rate and almost 55% minia who call banks to come up here and almost about 35% interest rate but if you can when you boma and ma a trade in any attractive na ye lose business to other neighboring countries so you be over call habwa ho na ya ho ya to go ya habwa shipe gugu mi am to kwa shipe gugu nya sem kekwa omo etwen adogo ebi ko na bi ba adentina edwadi bebre and I said business be suku as a result of the tax rate it is say tax rate e be so now obi go na be if more or less divide e be tax rate so now ba for me one here e adepa then mo tax there mo timi ni free o man mo nti e adepa say e ka so na mo e kwa person dey be pass so in that taxes no emma rate e ko see am no ka say just about 30% they want that 30 na dey be on o ko mu ebu It's a quite a paper, you be business, I can't. A quite a business, and you say, they be an tax for ever. Yes, me and move, not all more example, and then I hope. Then I can't for now. Come had a cash rich at just to do.
Okay. Nese e ono ane personal statement ene okan ya na asa na dwenche enye munyina.
On one adjustment or kind, then the position of the association.
Okay. Etiase yate. Yada ase bebre. Yeni Orua Joseph Padi a wo ye PR Maguta ena akasa. Na sansemi ya a efa electronic tax e-levy ho asemi. Nipa bebre na eche o madwene se o mo twen de aban no obeye de afa ho ebi mu susu esusu se ade ne de se wuyi e nkakra Dr. Joseph Oben wa che na dwene de afa ho se nkebe ya enyina ho na ye pese ye ko na ye wura University of Ghana Business School na ye ne Professor Godfrey Bokpin me former lecturer na me ne no etwetwe nkomo prof me mo adwo eba peace kase eboso
yo pese me ma wadwo ene atiefo yina. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year so ne dey ma wo ye da se. Na prof we dey wadaroma e-levy hu nkomo ina aba. Gutafo wo mo president or wa kire ne personal statement wa releasing his personal statement akanas wa kire na dwede se nkebe ya. E ma ye nyim free ho, ye ma ne nyina ho. Na abanye sika no mfante Women's Development Bank. En na nkrofo chemu se aban no so oba no wokan taxes bi obeyi free ho na e-levy so eka ho. Eti ama adwenkyere no we ka se da bi oman bi the taxes na ye eti mu ye free ho ayede. Prof, se wo hwe sa debate ya apagye ya. Oman ne die na ebeboa ye.
E-levy no omon council eno na ebeboa.
Prof, omon council wo ho.
Omon council na ebeboa. Omon council no first of ekwa kotia ronko no kotia. Enye compulsory. Omon council then can make that and say yes, the tax is mine, but you want to, it's a delicate balance. So Oshe e-levy na Oshe other taxes a what system more e-levy is placed. So Oshe the digital economy, the whole world, the directive, digitalization, near the e-levy is displaced. You can't say tax, yet taxing now, you pay revenue. Tax to me your whole more. We conceptualize it to grow a business, to grow a sector. Only we say, Memo has it wrong. It depends on how you locate your business. You may pay a different tax rate. In some countries, depending on where your business is located or where you live, your consumption partner you may pay a different tax rate. Now, so taxation is not just an instrument to raise more revenue, but it's also an instrument as an enabler to promote businesses. Anything I can say, e-levy, you can take it out, and you actually grow the digital economy, because the digital economy is expected to grow faster than the traditional economy. So if the future is increasingly digital, then you don't impose a tax handle on that part as a restriction on that group like the tragedy. So that is the point. And happens the also how much we have collected from e-levy so far. Of course, even together with the other taxes, the COVID-19 fiscal gap, the whole that has been created. But you see, if you eliminate e-levy and the others, and you are able to grow your economy, in the medium to the long term, you actually generate more revenue because companies will do well. For instance, mobile transactions will go up, financial inclusion will be increased, more jobs will be created, businesses will expand. You will end up with a better result than saying that let's collect all these taxes now. Hello.
Well, Prof, me pacho meet you, pa.
Let's take our minds back to 2017. Who said 2016? Time I for your election, the NPP was campaigning on the fact that they will move the economy from taxation to production. Let's go back to what the NPP did in 2017 in their first year budget. They removed some of those taxes. Even though they had promised free senior high school, promised and all those things, they said these taxes must go. They removed the VAT on financial services and the rest of them. They removed them. There were fiscal losses. Look, this is the only time in our history since I started monitoring development in Ghana where almost all the political parties have a common ground that the taxes are too many and they need to be removed. Can you imagine that the NPP that even introduced these taxes had promised in their manifesto that they will remove e-levy? Look, when it comes to governance, integrity is also very important. There cannot be any better consultation after you have won the election than the one they did, which was validated on December 7th. So you consulted industry, consulted individuals here and there, and you came to the conclusion that these taxes have to go. Keep your promises. Keep it. That is all that governance is also about. It will cost you something, but of course. Oh, so what is wrong if Ghanaians get some relief from the removal of these taxes? Okay, Mami Bisa was saying, who is a memo I want? Is it only the government that has to be comfortable?
Debbie.
Hello?
Meet you, pa, Prof.
Or memo Abankwan every.
Debbie.
Are you also not suffering?
Yenina.
Yes, he had to say approximately 30% of Ghanaians are extremely poor. 30% of Ghanaians are extremely poor. This election affects the poor more than the rich. You know that? The election, NDC, MPP, champion, we don't protect. Someone they do physical cuts. They go and withdraw. Some of them, they actually build what we call the third book economy. Cash. So a good number of rich people in this country actually don't pay the e-levy. So we are saying that you can actually eliminate these taxes. It will create some immediate gap. But the question is, how do you close it? Okay, I mean, I'm here as a fool. On only my dear company here. In NGC4, it is likely that they will cancel these taxes, they will remove them. But it is likely that if they introduce to start on financial services, because you have to introduce some other innovative ways to close the gap on the revenue side, because we need to generate more revenue. So that is what I think they will do. But the other thing to look at is that who said the president, when he was campaigning, you know what he said? He said that they used to spend 5 million on cabinet retreat. Wow. The Osha Omenya, I am putting it on record that our problem, lack of development, it is not because we have not generated enough revenue. It isn't because we have not taxed Ghanaians enough. No, that is not the issue at all. In fact, our lack of development is as a result of corruption and inefficiency in our expenditure management. That is where the problem is. I'll give you a couple of examples. You know South Africa, right?
Yes.
Do you know their GDP ratio is almost 26% of GDP? South Africa has more people than live in Nigeria. Unemployment is higher than that of Ghana. South Africa. In fact, Namibia and other countries, their tax to GDP ratio is more than 25%. Has that come along with development? No, necessarily. No. Let me give you another example. From independence Not Ghana, Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea. We were them this year. In fact, Ghana GDP per capita was higher than South Korea in 1961, 62, 63. Okay, look at where Malaysia is right now. In fact, you'll be 75 times better off in Singapore, being in Singapore and Malaysia, than being in Ghana right now. Do you know why that difference is there? It's not because Malaysia and Singapore collected more tax revenue relative to the size of the economy compared to Ghana. It was more on efficiency, main government. The tax to GDP ratio of Malaysia and Singapore is not higher than that of Ghana. Oh, in any case, let's come home. Do you know that Cote d'Ivoire, they are governing with 31 ministers? Why should the president govern with two? Who is going to pay for that? Who should pay for that? Why do we buy cars from every end? They should go to a bank and get a loan like any Ghanaian is expected to do. We are spending too much on governance that leads very little for growth and spending and very little to improve the lives of Ghanaians. Okay, a tiny country, Benin, they are governing with just 24 ministers. Benin. So I think the 60 is quite a number. The president is down further. A Kufuor's benchmark is not a good benchmark. Let's look at something that is sustainable, that our tax base will be able to support. Then again, you want to look at procurement. So even though we have not collected enough tax spending, like even our peers, it has never stopped government from spending the way they have to spend. Ghana has spent relative to the size of our economy compared to other countries, but they have gotten development out of their spending, but we didn't get development out of their spending. It's because of the inefficiency and the corruption. Procurement infractions. Okay, what do you say now? Those who are financing the political parties, now that they are in power, they have to find a way of increasing the money. That is where the inefficiency is. So along that value chain, I think we should focus more on that. It should not be the case, and it is not the case. Say, a bank one and a water. So we should look at the delicate balance of meeting households, businesses, and governments also halfway. It cannot always be the case that it is government. And we have been taxing ourselves. You know that Ghana has one of the highest tax rates. Our VAT, the standard VAT rate is 15%. If you compare that to the African average, it looks as though our VAT rate is the lowest. But when you add the state levy, our cumulative effect of the VAT, the incidence of the VAT, is more than 21%. It's one of the highest in Africa. Why? Mami, let me take you a bit into the granular data. Hello?
Meet you, Prof.
Samana, Yomura Puru IMF program, May 2023. We said the program structural design is problematic. It will not work the way it has to work. We said it. Even though we needed it. Because why? The program adjustment, the bulk of the fiscal consolidation is coming from taxes. And all of them will go through the system and contribute to higher productive cost base of doing business. You know what has happened? November 2023, if you check the data from Ghana Statistical Service, from November 2023, inflation on locally produced items became higher than inflation on imported items. You know what that means? The cost is far higher than importing it from maybe Cote d'Ivoire, China, whatever, and paying all the taxes at the port. You still end up being cheaper than producing it here. Why? Because all these taxes, together with so many other things, are contributing to a high productive cost base of doing business. How do businesses survive in that environment? This is not governance. This is not economic governance. This is rape on businesses and how to. There's conventional wisdom in allowing businesses and households to also build buffer, financial buffer, because that is where savings will come from. The over Ghana for middle class. Now, I can say, within $50,000, Embra, the partners, and running business, and they go to a prayer account. Set your savings level. No country can develop if the citizens and households are not empowered to build buffers and accumulate savings. Because it's through that process that capital accumulation happens. Into remember, the business opportunity grab Ghanaians are not empowered to be able to take advantage unless foreigners. Because if they so big and let's say $300,000 for us to undertake this business. No, they can't get it. So you see in the retail sector, it's foreigners who are able to invest in. So you can't say this economy and the Ghanaians are visibly absent in the critical sectors of this economy. So the economy you're using it for who? So let's cut wasteful spending. Let's adopt a lean government. Let's pursue efficiency in our public investment process. And then let's preserve fiscal space for households and businesses to be able to expand and create jobs. That is where the future is. So for me, if you ask me, my position is that the president went around 270-something constituencies and told Ghanaians, when I come, I'll remove the taxes.
Okay.
Based on that, Ghanaians have voted for you. Keep your word.
Okay. Yo, Prof. Ansana Obekono, say, yatis a president wa nominate Honorable Ato Forson, say, Omeye finance minister, and I'm so ye financial person, say na uhu, ni position ya edi amani, any or no as a person.
Well, I think he's a party person. In all the considerations, the party's agenda is supreme for us in Ghana. That's what happened. So, and if you look at the changes they made in Parliament by elevating Ato Forson to the minority position leadership position, they wanted to put premium on the economy and the finances and all of that. So I think that they've been preparing him for this and all of that. In terms of the technical qualifications and all of that, I think minimum he checks the box. But to succeed, you need more than that. I think he has to manage the pressure that will come from the party politics with doing the right thing and sticking to fiscal discipline. That is going to be a challenge. In terms of his international exposure, of course, he can improve on that going forward. We want to see maybe the entire team and all of that. But of course, the sentiment he represents that, his articulations in Parliament and all of that, we get the impression that, yes, he understands the issues, he feels the pulse of the nation, and therefore he will carry that issue. At the Ministry of Finance, there are good people over there, technically sound, and all of that. Well, sometimes the problem we have is that when you are minister, you feel that you know it all. In Ghana, it's like when you win election and you have the power, you want the knowledge, you want the wisdom, and all of that. I think if you work with the technical guys at the ministry, and if you have an open mind, yes, even to suggestions that doesn't fit. So we can only wish him all the best. That is what I want to say.
Yo, Prof. Yedansipi. Yeni Professor Godfred Bokpin, our year economics or Sansuye financial expert at University of Ghana Business School. And yenena atwetwe enkomo eno. Yet also a Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, ye ekuafo enketo maka wo ho abomu de ato mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enim se Omomodianse Ministry of Agriculture anasa so ye hwekua adwuma so no ye befa obi a wo ye babunu na wabin ewokua adwuma mu. There's one more patches, one more park okrebia, one more pay, obi a wo ye babunu na waba be ye se adwuma no. Na National President Edema Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, Owura Wepia Awa Adowala one that this answer me to just say agriculture minister and answer agric minister ibe you know say oyi obi a wa bin wom obi o wa hoden obi a obetimi akọ ne nchen ebere bibia hawo na wakọ akọ kan wasem.
What we are saying is that based on past experiences, the criteria the president, per se, on move a great sector and forward. You know, for the youth, they are more energetic and then innovative. They want to do new things. We don't want to keep doing the same old things at the agric ministry and expect different results. Somebody with extensive knowledge and experience in agriculture will support this sector. And that is why we're calling that the president, in making the appointment, should consider this. Somebody more energetic, ready to try new things, ready to deploy technology in the area of agriculture, ready to sit down, somebody who is approachable, can sit down with all stakeholders in the value chain to discuss, look at solutions, look at challenges, and come out with the best way to be able to let agriculture policies of the government manifest. At the end of the day, the farmers will benefit and the nation will equally benefit from it.
Almost one more GDS or Mampany, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bawa Bay, or Bemma or Minister, Ubetimia Conenche Abribia, I Kuafon Ketwanso, or Bejin Womo.
For now, since agric Oman appointed agric minister for us to start, we don't want to spell doom, but we'll be very hopeful that looking at the policies, because when him said time now more manifestos, both NDC and MPP Oman by making inputs. So what we expect from government, you can make inputs into their various manifestos. So some of the agriculture sector policies in the NDC manifesto, we are already aware. And that's why we said we expect the president to go clearly by what is inside there, get the sector minister that we can work with, can be approachable, extensive knowledge, understands the agriculture value chain, so that together we can move ahead and advance agriculture policies forward. So for now, we'll wait for the agri minister to come, and then we'll wait for the level of collaboration and looking at the level of implementation that will be done.
Yeah, any ayeti ye Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, Womo Epenyini National President, Ura Wepia Awa Aduwala, on the Kasai McClinton Akwesi Amuakon, etintim ede esomye. National Food Supplies Association edi atuja se aban emma womo purchasing power atumi a umbetimi edi ato enuane se de beya umbenya nuane edi ama senior high schools enu edwada de nanka womo anya bi edi ama nkwada no na wotrofo panyi de mekui Patrick Ifa ebra wokasa no wobo amane se aban emma association no sika a se fata se de beya enuane hu dwumadie no bekoyi ni nyina afa Charles for directive bi omode ba se abatan mbekishu anase hwese obema wo manuane efise nuane na ewo sukuu mu no aban sika sese ba na emedurui edi we me mai wo mokoi me pe kakra ma wo mode hye wo mo because minim se be man economy se monyi kakra emfa nhye mu botum na de ekoi de enim de ebesie transition de ba bibia timisi enti oya obata na aba wo secondary school amsre wo kwa maniska eno na nkrofo kan wo mo de atodwa se chance for ne kan se abata na mo wo meska na me kan yenu agomede be de amamba se wo mfa nko na enuade ne yede ba mo wo mo no enuane na esa ebi kura de ese asa na no na National Food Supplies Association se wo mo hieska na aboa masa enuane wo matimi de ama bebre
aban abai kabisabia sikasam ni ade ho ba di ansa e kakra ansa na ho betimi ese no enti no kena be ani ko be han no na fensu ni ni dede ni e bi e ko so dani ni wo no asu betimi ko ba no na mi aduma aban ba ko ne ko no etimi mai kakra anti si as first no so bi o yen sebo ye kakra e fa no ticket de supply ni ebi ho enti we dani si ho aso ehia ni se look at for dani ko ne amebinya it order free aban ni pa bi ase de obe tubesi so onyina ho Christmas is great, maybe a supply. The supply is here, already come from the one say, or Cassian Pedianin now. By Monday, school, the other
now, Chim say, a buy for Frabe, woman, young trance. Bamu de Dion Peso Macas, Diani de Bibriwo. The Hian say, Obeka Sikani. Eduanini sikani eduanini
yede pacho yeni ze na ba no yenya kwanye bia ni mu bia nkata it say yenim so de oba education minister na yenim go ojama course na free school to ba no ama ya kwa ya bere na de no mo aduane ni ho ni ndema ya kwa ya tete enti nya ban wa kwanya na so mutumi train ko executive ni no contractor na bo ni a kire na djuma no akoso be kopu kama ono angasa ebenya kwanya dia odi nzawfo bi beba okay be ani bi tia boa na se ite den and for now na so bi o want me to do no onyo refinance yi no ese the school for me issue na de ni ade no kopom ni get no thank you opportunity for me transfer na my order and the ani ko na se bia den Africa
any ye National Food Supplies Association sa fe na ban fofraba omo pese nkwada no ekombede wo mu ntie no ansa ban wa ma order unyama order na chese ubetua na afi omo di nuane ni nyina akoso we nu juada kra de na ese aduane de ese ko bia na ekopepepe na etimi aboa ama eniema etimi edimu kama Prince Bafo Samuel tintim edemaye amane bofo frayen saka echese illegal miners anas wo mo ye galamse yi emu mienu ena wo ato amenem ewo osino ewo fante akwa South District ewo Eastern Region na mpanifo echiremu se sa illegal miners yi wo mafrim na police for ene nipa National Disaster Management Organization emu adwumayefo nyina ewo ho so mo behwe na mo beyi wo mo afri ho yesi ede wo mo duru ye no na wo mo afri mu dadaada akoye areho sempa na assemblyman wa chiase electoral area osino ono nso honorable James Ayim ono agitu mu
amana ebu nipa so ba yeyi nipa no na nipa ne emiensa doctor report to chese emu mienu ene wuye ana baako survive enti baako no so mahwe mama se omde na abefie temze meno kaze mi hu ne ba me pese me ko anope na me ko hwe no na mahwe ni situation se da etie enti mbisa me a de me no no me ba to eno galamsi amna na emu adwuma die na omudi no mse omu twa omu pit omu ayi omu load nti onse omu wia ya na nipa boys ni bisi amana ni mse omu so omu kope o ma no aduan nti enmu na emja amana no ibuye omu ye kolikoli fo omu onse kolikoli omu shovel kitua bi aya na omu ye nda onse so omu twa pit na wo ne ho no ya na gravel no issue nti ehon na ya na omde shovel na ewo nti em so de shovel na ewo na amna no ebuye sana me minim no
we ya rehosem Michael Akrofi ene de amaneboyi ebre yen bibia ni anua so bekwa municipal fire commander DO2 Enoch Tete wodi atudwa se 2024 eja ehihye no se wodi tutu 2023 de no ho na che se eba fom ni nyina gina niema bi omudi CCE ema bambo ho nsem timi gina na so DO2 Enoch Tete ebro ni ewuku adotwetwe nkomo ewo bibia ni no wo ba amane se wo hwe eja ho dwumadi a hu da wo bo mo ye ne anamotu omutu ye efie ni nyina ka ho bi na ma eja hyehye no anko nanim sa.
In fact, fire service our bibiani amiaso bekwa. Ya boy umodin. Inti wo share your fire record quarterly basis as against 2024 against 2023. Otumi unse aswate menkanesa because of normal ba kumbe be edigu akwen. In terms of education ya ye bebre especially radio so because say ye di afie no be ko ewie no. Ye ne Noble Men's Club na GPRTU taxi rank project for a year program a year in church any ambulance service o dey no to nchen ya sanso ye chemu 3 until all the churches, not all but majority of the churches are a war municipalities no ye ko ho every Sunday bia na ye ne omokasa
na wo kire mu biem se bibia ni fire service wo mo enya aniema bi atwintwa wo manam wo mu dwumadie etie no so se ye ho adwuma
farmers no eja hihie omo de kusi omo de cigarette omo twa abe any ade but because of transportation challenge in the entumi enko na nka fire service anka nya moto ba ko kwanpa ka beboa wo hwa ye started wo Nzuman Kwanta Birmingham that area and as reso nya me private car ya do baby kwa ya de sika pradia omo ji esika but it is not sustainable because we don't get the support that we need from government ntino yeah the best reason say stakeholders ebetumi aboa fire service with just one motor, then we can as well take care of young farmers, you know, because eduane and it may sustain anybody. Into anywhere bua ever that direction, ever bua you. Now, others no so take domestic fee any other. And you know, the idea go up 2025.
We are mutu wuku at the Western North region. And the D Bibiani and Yasubekwa Municipal Fire Commander DO2 Tete Enoch Tete Nasmo di Chujana Ediama Kasibui Utie Free Peace 104.3 FM so. Yahume Swaba.
Happy delightful June. Wachulala, swachulala, chichi soso. Afrana pa. Epepa breakfast and was in woman. Don't happy delightful juice against wood toast, cereal, and even them cool. And we a bread and fifi. The moisture free man. Happy delightful juice. One of one. And you be here. Happy medical relax anyway. So I know when you're. Let's say what a tremendous. Happy delightful juice. Off and a berry I bring you all day long on fruit juice. I'm happy delight. One different flavors. Different size. You number 1 liter. Number from NG 150 and 250 ml. A baby healthy life shows on your supermarket. Happy life fruit juice, loaded with taste.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Emudru Emma Oson's chemist, woman the Oson's garlic capsules. Abedja so one my immune system bunya hoden. MTN we there for you everywhere you go. Na mamenka will say Oson's grab mixture so ewo ho I am motor phone say when you be bit me aboa. MTN we there for you everywhere you go. High Sense Ghana se me so enti say electronic appliances papa ne border from so ewo ho. Dofo roofing system se bray na wo mo ebo adwuma nkasa. Eti we aban adwuma yeni ankrankra adwuma yeni 1 to 3 years. Societe General mo no ma partnership. Obetimi abeto no yema ne ama wa fini mfie miensa na wo de atua. Eti Dofo roofing system so from 054 366 1716 054 366 1716 and I would them budget cash and carry me more son say blue jeans energy drink and only a diaba Ghana for diatum in Fiebe eduno Edia ye juma B2 B3 B6 B12 a boa enuntika kan hwe na obewunsa ampa budget catch and carry no edemufua womo blue jeans energy drink Raoul's Pharmaceuticals womo de high lady virgin feminine wash by and one ma edia ohura himfia ma himfia chi na se womo de high lady virgin mixture aba oba se wubu nsa na to na bi ensisi so yie na afia se pains o muya wo ya wayase wo ya na wo bra ye friend ni dane se wunya high lady virgin mixture no na edem Raoul's Pharmaceuticals 024 870 270 024-870-7270 TBM 024-870-7270 and answer 020-088-7088 020-088-7088 na would them open baby na udu sika kotoa best point saving salons and a wunum so special eyes natural mineral water ya frame ya kusia kwa bwaju betimi ya frame ya kusia nshra madam nyina se
ya na den
no for me